What's up, everybody? DakKKota23 DocDark1985. There's levels to this. All right, so check this out. I just finished doing podcast with my boy iSoMotionGaming. Go check him out and DakKKota23. Okay, what a warrior gaming podcast is the name of the podcast. Anyways, we were on there and we were talking about this topic right here: Sony exclusives going to the PC and what we feel about it. Right. So here's the deal. When you think about it logically, when you really think about it logically, what Sony is doing is completely different than what Microsoft is doing. Meaning Microsoft is dropping exclusives day one on PC. That's not what Sony's doing. It's not what Sony's doing. So what Sony is doing is they're just making money off of old games on a different platform. If you really think about it logically, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. If you had a PS4 and you bought Horizon Zero Dawn and you played it and you loved it and you thought it was amazing, you had a great time with it. Sony then went ahead and dropped Horizon Zero Dawn on PC. I'm sure you didn't lose any sleep over it. I'm positive you didn't lose any sleep over it. It didn't affect you at all. And if it did, then why? Why? If you already played Days Gone and you're fine with it and you had a fun playing it, why do you care now if Sony decides to drop it on PC? Let the PC players play with it. It is what it is. Here's the deal. These companies look at each other. If you don't think they do, you're tripping, okay? You don't think Sony saw how much money Microsoft made when they dropped the Master Chief Collection on Steam? When the Master Chief Collection dropped on Steam, it sold like crazy because PC gamers being able to play Halo with a mouse and keyboard at great frame rates just makes sense. Just makes sense. Sony saw that. Sony saw it. Now Sony's not dumb though, so they know how their fan base feels. And whether you want to believe it or not, you Sony ponies, you don't want to be called gatekeepers, but y'all kind of do. And if there's anything that I'm glad that Sony's doing this is it's showing you that even Sony is okay with letting other people experience their games. It's fine. Let other people experience the games. You're right. I could buy a PS5 or I could buy a PS4 if I really, really, really wanted to play Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'm gonna keep saying it because it's the only game on Sony right now that I really look at. I'm like, probably want to play that game. I'm not a Demon Souls type of person. I'm not trying to play Sackboy. Sure, Astro's Playroom, cool. But regardless, if Sony was to tell me, hey, next year we're gonna drop Spider-Man Miles Morales on PC, and I decided like, okay, bet that's what's up. I don't gotta spend $500 just to play Spider-Man Miles Morales because they're gonna drop it on PC next year, and I decided to wait. Why does that bother you? As a Sony fan, really, why does it bother you that I get to play Horizon Zero Dawn and I get to play Spider-Man Miles Morales, to say if it was to come out in a year, right? Go watch the podcast, though, that I had with iSoMotionGaming because we went deep into it and we were talking about it, okay? But here's something else I'm going to tell you, all you Sony fans, that you guys don't even realize when you're tripping about Sony exclusives being able to be played on PC, okay? PS Now is trash. Can't even compare to Game Pass. I don't care when people do it. You look foolish. Don't even do that. Trust me. I've had both services. It doesn't even compare. However, though, okay, you can play PlayStation exclusive games without a PlayStation console on PC via PS Now. Did you know that? Did you know that you could download the PS Now app on your PC and literally play PlayStation exclusive games, whatever they have up there, because they took off God of War and they took off A Thief's End. Because why would Sony keep that up there? I don't know. So they took those two banger games off of PS Now. They took them off, right? But any other Sony exclusives that you could think of that are on there, you can play on the PC. So already Sony is allowing PC gamers. You don't need a PlayStation to have a PS Now account. You just need a PS Now account. So Sony has already allowed PC gamers to play their games. So what are you tripping about? You're such a Sony fan and you didn't even know this? Yes, PS Now you can get on PC and play Sony games on PlayStation. Yes, it's trash because you're streaming it and you're streaming it at like 720. It's trash, it's trash, it's trash. You can't download the game on PC. But now they're gonna allow you to download Days Gone, and it looks like this is gonna be something in the future. This is good. Here's the thing, Sony fans. I'm gonna throw this at you, okay? And I said this on the podcast as well. If Sony wanted to compete against Game Pass, they could, and it would be scary. Because I'm going to agree with you. Sony has better games. Right now, I'm going to agree with you. I'll be honest, all my Xbox fans, all my Xbox and everything, I don't know Xbox like that. I just got into Xbox and I love all the gears. I'm going to play the Halos, see what all of those are like. I played Halo 1 and it was dope, whatever. But it didn't make me do like a cult following. But to me, the best franchise game ever is Uncharted. Like nothing's even... Gears is dope, but Uncharted is my thing. I even said on the podcast, I know a lot of you are going to get mad. I'll put Gears of War above God of War as far as franchise goes. Now, I didn't play the last God of War. I didn't play the, so don't kill me for that. But as far as God of War 1, 2, 3 versus Gears of War 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I like the Gears of War better. That's just my opinion. You can kill me for it, just my opinion. God of War, I get tired of playing, pressing freaking square, triangle, circle to grab and rip apart, square, triangle. Oh, Medusa head to freeze you, hit you, square. Nah, Gears of War to me was legit. But regardless, Microsoft has been putting exclusives since day one on PC, and they have undercut their console. I agree with you. Microsoft doesn't really care about the console. They care more about you getting on Game Pass. I shouldn't say that they don't care about the console, but they care more about getting you into their ecosystem of Game Pass. Okay? Sony's not doing that. That's not what Sony's doing. What Sony's doing is just milking these games for a little bit more money. And how can you be mad at them when they're good games? Sony fans, you don't lose anything. Now, the theory that Sony has that you're gonna bring PC gamers over to console by doing this, this is the only way you do this. And it could happen. It could happen. Let's say you have those PC gamers that have never played, we'll use Uncharted, never played any of the Uncharted, and all the Uncharted get placed on PC. And they played Uncharted 1, 2, 3, 4, Thief's End, and they play that other spin-off Uncharted game with the female. I can't remember the name of it, right? Let's say they play all those games. And then Sony says, oh, and next Uncharted is going to be exclusive on the PS5. And you have someone that's a die-hard Uncharted fan, and they don't mention when the next Uncharted fan will drop on PCs. You're just saying the next one is dropping on the PS5. That die-hard Uncharted fan might bite the bullet and pay for that exclusive just because they've been able to experience all the other Uncharted. That might work. It might work. But at the end of the day, what will work is Sony will make more money off of the Uncharted franchise if they were to drop it right now on Steam. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Who's playing Uncharted 1, 2, 3, and 4 right now? Not PlayStation fans. You've played it already. But if they drop it on Steam, a whole new demographics, people will play it. Not only that, think about the potential to sell a controller. What if Sony drops exclusives, right? After they're, old, whatever, and then they say, but it plays better with our controller. Now you got PC gamers buying a PS5 controller so that they can play the game on. It makes sense. Why are you mad, Sony fans? Why are you mad? Then I saw this other thing saying that Xbox fans are upset about it or are happy about it. We don't care. The only thing that the Xbox fans are looking at you guys at right now is because we're like, you see, even Sony knows that it's pro consumer, it's pro gamer to have exclusives on other console. Timed exclusives is probably what the future is going to be because it just makes sense. The only company that's probably going to hold off is going to be Nintendo. But think about this, PC gamers. Think about this, Nintendo fans. Could you imagine a game like Metroid Prime on PC with proper controls, 120 frames? Oh my God. That would be amazing. That would sell like crazy. Nintendo's all about their money too. Could you imagine Metroid Prime on PC? Could you imagine Super Smash Bros. Running at 144 frames on a 144 panel? Could you imagine Mario Kart at 120 frames, at 144 frames? Could you imagine that on PC? It would be amazing. I don't know, man. I don't know. The games are going to come out and then eventually they'll come out on PC. If that's the future of it, I think Sony fans are still fine. You're not going to see PC gamers being converted to console gamers. That typically doesn't happen. Once a console gamer goes over to PC, that's a switch that sometimes is like, okay, I'm not going back to console. But a PC gamer, that's a hardcore PC gamer, to go and only be a console gamer won't happen. But they might buy a console for the exclusive. And if Sony keeps it vague, like you don't know if this is actually coming to PC or not, then they'll have people by the hands. Drop all the Infamous. Drop all the Infamous on PC. PC gamers will start playing Infamous, will love it, and they won't be able to wait till the next Infamous comes out. And if you don't tell them if it's coming to PC or not, you might be able to sell more consoles too. It makes sense. It doesn't hurt you, Sony fans. Stop gatekeeping. It doesn't hurt me as a Microsoft fan. Like, yo, PC gamers are the ones that are winning with this, and Sony's making money off of old games. Why not? They win. So chill, relax. Consoles ain't going nowhere. Everybody loves consoles. There's always a place for consoles. There will always be a place for consoles. I don't see how there's not. Gaming on PC is just different. And ain't nobody connecting their freaking PC to their TV. There might be like one or two of you out there, but for most part, nobody doing that. DakKKota23 DocDark1985, there's levels to this. And Sony dropping their exclusives on PC, that's a good look. Microsoft, be careful though, because if Sony decides to copy Game Pass, it might be a problem. We out. Peace.